Going to be hotter than a bitch today. I would say we need to cool off, but we a gambling show. We gotta stay hot, man. Looking for a heater today. Let's go.
Let's go! Let's go! This ain't the rock like force this game, he stinks!
Oh shit!
It's gone!
We are live right here on Sunday. It's what is it? Like 80, 90 degrees outside already, man. This is the Money Pot Betting Show where you come and get your degenerate fix for all your gambling vices. We talking football, we talking baseball, we talking basketball, we talking soccer, we talking golf, we talking everything in between the lines. If it's a good bet, we gonna bet that bitch. I am your host, Moss Money. Sorry for the technical difficulties this morning. I don't know what happened. I hit a button, should have started, might have did it twice. Hey, we're live right now. Stream is up, so let's go. Let's start with a recap real quick of the membership plays. If you don't know about the only find you $54.99. I don't know what they're talking about. You're not going to find a better price than $9.99 a month for weekend plays. And guess what? When you go to those guys, if you decide to go to those guys and you pick those plays, right? If you go ahead and pick those plays, they're going to be probably close to what you're already thinking. So what makes me different, right? What makes you want to bet with money, right? What makes you want to bet with Moss money? I'm gonna tell you why. Because my shit is goddamn cheaper. That's why. My shit is 10 times cheaper than what they off, and we smack that money. We smack it. Ooh, a little glitchy there. Sorry about that. I'm not sure. But you know what? Let me see if I can do this. Hold on one second. Let me see. Let me take that back. Yeah, there we go. Let me know if that helps. I think that might help. Switch it up a little bit. So we smack it. We smack when we go there, and we get smacked. We get smacked every once in a while. I'm not gonna hold you. We do lose from time to time, but you will see me put up winning tickets week in, week out. 999 a month, and it's not just the picks. It's not just the plays. our guests get live on shows. We get jersey giveaway out. We audience continue. Hit the A2D Radio join button. Sign yourself right up. New members alert. So we got some of the bills paid off so far, but it is July, late July, by mind you, early August. The heat index is turning up, and you go outside. You know what you smell. You smell football in the air. You smell training camp in the air, right? You are ready for the football season to get going. We're ready for training camps to get going. It is football weather. So let's talk about training camps. Let's get into our poll question. Our poll question is brought to you by, excuse me, brought to you by BetUS. BetUS, one of the best and newest bet across the states, where you can bet in any state. That's the key thing about bet. Any way it's like throwing me off just for a second. But you can bet in any state. Go to BetUS. The link is in the comments. If you hit the comments, hit the link. It is you get 125% of your money. That is 125% of your money. You do have to put a $50 deposit down, but you will get $125 back on your money. 125%, excuse me, back on your money, where you're playing with free money, right? You hit a bet, you put $50, file money pot, you hit a bet, cash out. Just like that. Just like that. But let's get into this poll question. NAKOBE Dean will be the starting middle linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles for this upcoming season. Agree or disagree? Let me know out there. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We still got you out there. All the above. Let me know. And it'll be the Mr. Dean. I'm actually going. TJ Edwards will still be the starting linebacker starting off. I think Dean is a pedigree, right? I think Dean is going to be the starting linebacker, but I don't think he's going to start this season. When you look at the linebacker core, you can pencil out the outside linebackers, right? Pretty much. What's his name? Hassan Riddick and White are pretty much your Sam and your Will linebackers. So you got some questions at middle linebacker. You got TJ Edwards, who played decently from what we've seen. He, the Alex Singleton. So if you think about that in a second, I'm going to switch it up real quick. I'm going to open this up. So give me 1 second. Let me fix that real quick. Is looking. Played okay last year. I think we would agree. Obviously, he's not he was a third round pick from Wisconsin. No knock on TJ, right? No knock on TJ. He did his best. What? He had 130 130 tackles last year. So really down. He got cooked in coverage. But still, when you bring Dean in, you expect him to, hit the ground running. And he has the pedigree, right? Out of all those players on that Georgia defense, I mean, it's pretty safe to say that people thought he was the best player on the defense, right? So my thought is to that is, do we think that he can come in and start right away and have an impact right away? I'm not sure about that. I'm really not. I'm really not sure that he can be that guy right from the jump. Like this is the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like only 1% of college football players make it to the NFL. That's the numbers. That's the facts. So you have to be special to be in the NFL. Dean is very special, but he's undersized. We're not sure where he is health wise. I think when you look it up on ESPN, he has a question mark. Good thing we haven't heard anything about him starting on the pup, right? Good thing we haven't heard him starting on the pup, because if you think about it, him starting on the pup list would show a lot of where he is health wise. So I think that you have to make sure that he's healthy first, and that he's going to be able to last the season. Now, obviously, Jordan Dean, not Jordan Dean, Jordan Davis being in the middle, they're going to have this kind of hybrid type deal. I think that makes a lot of sense, right? The hybrid deal is going to make a lot of sense for them, where they're going to switch from a 4-3-3-4. They have a lot of pieces in terms of other linebackers and inside linebackers. Obviously, you have Edwards, they have Dean. They have Sean Bradley, I believe, is the other guy, and then Taylor, I believe, Davon Taylor. I think two of them. I think Bradley was from Temple, and I think Taylor is from. Oh, where's he from? I think I wrote it down somewhere. Colorado. That's where he's from. He's from Colorado. So 2 picks from last year. They should be coming around, and we should see what those guys are, or who those guys are at this point. So when you look at this inside linebacker, pretty much training camp battle, it's really between Edwards and Dean. And I'm going to have to give it to the veteran. He's been there. He has the respect of the team, in my opinion, because he led them last year. He played, I think, all 15 or 16 games. So it's shocking. Not shocking, but I do disagree to this poll. I don't think that Dean is going to be ready to be starting day one. Hopefully we'll see him play, right? We'll see him play and see what he can do. But all rookies, and we want them to be these superstars and these all pros, but all rookies have to make an adjustment to the league. They have to get used to the speed of the game. And Dean will be no different. Now, hopefully he can be a bat out of, shot out of a cannon, boom, off to the races. But what are the odds of that? Right? What are the odds of that? Like I said, he's got the pedigree. He's coming from Georgia. Checks all the check marks that you need. But I disagree to the poll, man. So you guys, let me know if you agree with what I'm saying and my kind of thought of how this is going to work out, or you got something else to add to the conversation, and where you disagree with me and you actually agree that NAKOBE Dean will be your starting linebacker for your Philadelphia Eagles, because they're our fucking team. They don't belong to anybody else but us fans. All right, let me go back to the comments here. I think I fixed this, Martian Lynch. Then appreciate you letting me know. I think I fixed it. It was weird with the it was weird this morning, man. I think my kid was streaming like YouTube and shit, and we was fighting. So that was a little weird, but I think we all for good. I think we're in a better spot. You know what I mean? What up, Jake? I agree to the poll. Dean is too talented to start the season on the bench. He is, but talent doesn't always overwrite, like your scheme per se. Somebody can be more talented than somebody else, but somebody just might be a better fit. Get the plays out on time. The one thing about middle linebacker that we all have to understand, it is the quarterback of the defense. It is their job to get to tell the defensive lineman the front, whether it's strong left, strong right, rip, Liz, whatever. If they're actually angling or blitzing from some way, he has to let them know which way to go, right? He has to get his linebackers in order so they know, because if they're switching and they're not they can't play each other's position. So that means if you're Will linebacker and you're Sam linebacker, they have to switch sides per the tight end or per the strength of the defense. So there's a lot of thinking. You have to be very smart. Now, Dean is supposedly a very smart player. I think he graduated like a 3.8 GPA. So the dude is an intelligent person. You know what I mean? But you have to be football smart too, from the linebacker standpoint. So I do agree with you that he's the most talented linebacker we have, probably from a talent perspective. But on the same note, is he football smart too at this level? He was at college. Can he be football smart at this level? That's the question. Can he absorb this defense of what John Gannon's going to throw at him? I think they'll be smart and do some things that he knows and that he likes and he's good at, but that can't be everything. You got to be, we want him to be a 3-down linebacker. I see NAKOBE Dean as a rotational player the first 6 to 8 weeks of the season, maybe even inactive the first week unless he's 100% healthy, which we've been told he is, but need to see it. Exactly. We need to see that he's healthy. Great deal that he didn't start on the pup, right? On the pup league. If you don't know what the pup league is, players unable to perform. So I agree with this statement. What's up, BD? Dean should be the starting linebacker. I mean, I can't hate on it. I can't hate if you agree with it. I really can't. I can't hate the fact that if you agree that he should be on the starting defense at all. I mean, the starting middle linebacker. I can't hate on it. I want him to be. I just don't think he will. I don't think he'll be ready. I disagree. It would be TJ Edwards at opening day starting, flanked by Reddick and White. Yeah, that's what I think. I think you're right on this. Now, I think Dean can play his way. Remember, there's a lot of people who played on special teams, right? Like Trotter it was a special teams guy, right? No, I'm sorry. Trotter came as a linebacker, and then when he came back, he worked his way back by being a special teams guy. Dean might be on the special teams just to get him in the flow of the game, just to get his feet wet, and just to get him going. Maybe he's got to earn his line. Why? Like, should he be handed to it after all TJ Edwards has done to put in the work? Should Dean just be handed to it just because he's more talented? Maybe. Is that how he ticks? I don't know. Like some people just get handed to it, but as a rookie coming into the NFL, you got to earn it. And I think if Dean can earn it by being welcoming to all aspects of the game, and that means doing what's asked of him, doesn't matter what, whether it be a scout team, whether it be on the special teams. If he can do that at a high level, he'll earn the respect of his peers, he'll earn the respect of his coaches, he'll earn the respect of the city by going out and earning a job from TJ Edwards, not just because his name is NAKOBE Dean and he's from Georgia. I think that's a big difference that you got to look at. Pete Evans, what's up, baby? Appreciate you jumping on. Let's see. And Peter agrees to the poll. Yeah, Davon Taylor was a third rounder coming out of Colorado. I think they both came out the same year, 2020. I think that's the year we drafted him. Sean Bradley will likely not make the 53 roster as rookie. K'Ron Johnson likely makes it over. Sean Bradley, who gets related to the practice squad. Possibly. I mean, let's not like this. Johnson was what, a 6th-round pick? Now he's shot out of a cannon when it comes to from Kansas. I remember him coming off the line watching some Kansas games, and he's coming off that edge. He is ridiculous. But he was a 6th-round pick. So I mean, he could be, he's potential practice squad. But I think if K'Ron Johnson wants to make this team, special teams all day. When you're that late of a pick, you have to make impacts in different ways. And one of the biggest impacts you can make on making a team is doing it on special teams. If he can make an impact on special teams, he will make this play. This is a special teams battle to me. Sean Bradley or Johnson will make it because of what they can contribute to special teams. All right, appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was weird. It was like it was a weird deal why my audio was all fucked up. But Greg, what's up, baby? Get your coffee this morning, man. Absolutely, I absolutely agreed to the poll. Love that pick. I love the pick too. Who didn't? He's a first round talent. And he got him in the third round. And I think he's gonna play with a chip on his shoulder because he thought he should obviously should be in the first round. But the fact that he's NAKOBE Dean, Greg, and he's from Georgia, do we just hand him the starting job? He's got to go get that money. He's got to go earn it. And I think right now, if you line him up today, TJ Edwards is your starting middle linebacker today. Could that change during training camp? Could that change during the preseason? Absolutely. But my prediction, game one, TJ Edwards will be your starting middle linebacker. Hey, I like new people. What's up, baby? Jock Talk. Good morning. This is my first with you. Hey, man. Every Sunday, because you know when football season start, y'all gonna be looking. And if you gamble, this is the place to be. This is the Money Pod Podcast, quote unquote Money Pod betting show. We talk about gambling here, and I got something for you here. I looked it up because I was interested to see. Let me go back. These are the defensive rookie of the years. Actually, you know what? Let me show you what I'm looking at. I don't want to just I just don't want to kind of just talk about it. Let's look here. Here we go. Let's bring it up on the screen for y'all to see. All right, there it is. So right now, we have Hutchinson, obviously makes sense, plus 500. Thibodeau from the Giants, plus 550. Trayvon Walker from the Jags, plus 600. I don't like any of these. Hutchinson makes sense to me, but I don't think he'll have a big enough impact in terms of sack numbers to be winning here. Maybe him because the Giants have an okay defensive line, so he might get some one-on-ones. But I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Lloyd, possibly Lloyd. Jermaine Johnson from Florida State. No, I don't think so. Walker, linebacker, Packers, no. This makes some sense. Sauce Gardner. Give him a couple picks. This makes sense to me. Plus 10-1. That's not a bad bet. Hamilton with the Ravens. This Ravens defense is for real. I think who was it? It was Malcolm Jenkins and somebody else. They did their top 5 secondaries in the league, and I think the Ravens were 3rd. So you put a first-round talent in terms of safety on an already good secondary, he's just going to shine. So that's not too bad. So far right now, out of this whole thing, Sauce Gardner would be a bet for me. And then look at this when we scroll down. Right here, we got Singleton, Texans. He's going to get some burn, right, being with the Texans because they're going to be terrible. So not bad here. And look at this. Look at what we got here. NAKOBE Dean. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10th on the list. 14-1. He is 14-1 to win the Rookie of the Year. Anybody putting that bet down for Defensive Rookie of the Year for Dean? A little bit of money there. We said 14-1, 100 odds win you 1,400, 50 win you 7, 25 win you 350. I don't know. I think that's a pass for me for Dean. But I thought it was interesting that he's 14-1. My bet, if you ask me right now, if I was betting anybody, I'm betting Sauce Gardner. I'm betting the corner. Because if he gets 6 picks, 7 picks this year, this drops to probably like plus 250. He's got to get close to almost 10 sacks for him to win this. Like DNs have to get double-digit sacks as a rookie to win this. All possibility, but he's a motor guy, so it'll take him a while to kind of find his footing. Offensive lineman first steps are just as fast as his first step. Same with Thibodeau. The reason why he fell, and Walker probably has the best out of the three to have the most sacks, I think. He just had the total. They all had the total package, but I think he blew his workout with his first step out the water. So, and it could be somebody that we don't even see on this list, right? It could be a second round pick that just shines that we don't know and just works. But I think for me, if we're looking at this list, if this is the odds on top list right now, from a betting perspective, I'm betting Sauce Gardner at 10-1 right here. Facts. Yeah, it's usually, it's a rookie player who's a starting every down player. That's the candidate. So that makes sense, right? That makes sense that Sauce Gardner, in my opinion, would be there. All right, Paul. So what you got? 6 linebackers on the thing. You got starters, Reddick, Edwards, and White, backups, Johnson, Dean, and Taylor. So I don't see Johnson and Patrick Johnson and Jay Steen making a 50-year roster. Yeah, I think it's interesting camp battle for training camp coming up. What's training camp? Tuesday, I think. So I think it's an interesting camp battle that we're going to have, and we'll just see how that kind of plays out. It's going to be hot, so I hope that I hope Dean wins because I want to see Dean play because I know he's the pedigree, but my head tells me Edwards. Frank, you would agree to the poll. You're a homer. You're a homer, Frank. But I'm not mad at you for being a homer about your birds. So it's all good. That's all good, Frankie. All right. So we're going to switch gears here. And I told you before, we're a betting show, right? We are a betting show that talk about bets. And with football season right around the corner, talking about training camp, talking about Eagles. The last 2 shows, if you haven't seen the last 2 shows for Money Pot, go to A2D Radio, or you can go to Money Pot YouTube, and you can see that we talked about NFC conference bets and AFC conference bets the last 2 weeks. We talked about Ravens being a sleeper team in the AFC, and who I think is a dark horse in terms of the MVP is Lamar Jackson. I'm not sure Lamar is going to get paid before camp because Lamar should have got paid already. So I'm not sure Lamar is going to get paid just yet. So, we will see. We will see. I know this is off topic, but I hope Carson Strong plays well enough to be a backup. He's got no knees, man. You ever see the show, Kids? I have no legs. I have no legs. I have no legs. He's got no legs, kind of AKA Sammy Sleeves. So the kid's got a cannon, in terms of arm, but we'll see what he brings to the table. I think we'll fall in love with him when he plays in the preseason. I think we'll fall in love with the fact that he's going to be out there and he's going to look great against vanilla defenses and with his vanilla offense. So we'll see. It's always a QB controversy here. When is there not a QB controversy here in Philadelphia? Like, it never stops, it never ends, it never quits. So not surprising right now with that, but he's got a hell of an arm. But like I said, he's got no legs, and he's a statue back there. Our offensive line is great for him to be that, but you got to have some mobility. They do run some RPO stuff. So, and I don't think he's healthy all the way. I think he still has problems with the knees now. So I mean, remember, I think there was a report at one point that he was in a golf cart. Like they had to turn him around in a golf cart in college because his knees were so bad. I mean, it's a reason why he didn't go draft. He was undrafted. So I think he'll make the team. I think he'll be a backup. I don't think he'll be the backup, but I think he'll make the team because they paid him the most money I think ever for an undrafted rookie in terms of his contract. So they're going to see what they can do. They can see, we have outside of college, the Philadelphia Eagles, the NFL has all kinds of treatments and things for that these kids have never seen. So think about it as a medical red shirt. They keep them on the pine, let them know the system, see how strong they can get his knees and his legs under him, and then we'll see what we can do. But I have no thoughts that Carson Strong is going to unseat Jalen Hurts. Not happening, right? This is Jalen Hurts' team. We fall in love with the new quarterback. Oh, look, it's the new shiny thing. We know he can throw. We know he has a great arm, especially since we know Jalen has question marks about his arm. And I think there was a article that came out that kind of put that to bed. That the rumors are when he went out and worked with Brady's QB coach, that the response was that his arm is just as talented as the better arms in the league. I got to see it to believe it. Everybody know I am not the biggest Jalen Hurts fan, right? Just because to win in this league, you have to be able to throw from the pocket. You just have to. You have to be able to throw from the pocket to win in this league. And I have to see more from Jalen Hurts to do that. With this type of offense, with this type of firepower from this offensive skill set, you cannot be the number one running team, in my opinion, rushing team. Now, you can, but do teams win like that? The point is to get to Broad Street. We want to get back to Broad Street. We don't want to hear the lightning in the bottle anymore. We want to get back to Broad Street to enjoy that feeling that we all remember so well. Doesn't seem like it was that long ago because we still talk about and parade about it right now. But that is the goal. How can we get to Broad Street? And this is one of the most talented teams that I've seen from top end, from top down. If you think about it, we have talent everywhere on this team, like everywhere. Quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, lineman, our secondary. The only question mark is safety. And that's why the debates conversation is so hot, because we would really have talent everywhere. It's been a long time since we had this much talent on a team. Now we have to make it a team. Now we have to make these guys have to gel. Like I said, I'm a football. I played football, right? College, played in some tryouts and some practices with arena teams. I didn't make it, right? I didn't make the cut, right? I didn't make the cut. Like I said, only 1% of college players play in the NFL. I wasn't special enough. Damn, did I just say that live? I felt like I was special enough because the boys I played against wasn't that good and they got burned. It's some politics, I think, in that. But whatever the point is that you can have a lot of talent on the team and that don't mean you good. So, but it's exciting because we got stars everywhere. And it hasn't been a long time, but it's been a while since we've been this good on paper. So it'll be interesting to see. Like I said, Carson, he's a pocket quarterback, and that's what we like. And that's what what you see wins, because you've seen the Bradys, you see the Staffords, you see the Barrows. Mahomes moves around because he's mobile, but he's a traditional, behind the center, under center, shotgun in the pocket passer. You know what I mean? Like that's what he is. So, yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see how that kind of works out. Like I said, I'm rooting for Hurts. I really am, because I think the kid just keeps coming. He just keeps fighting and fighting, and you love that in a quarterback. You want that to be your leader. Like I would play for that. You know, if it was me, like I want my quarterback. I want to play. I want my quarterback to go work out with the lineman, not just because he's a moose and he's that strong, but at the same thing, like that's where you build that brotherhood. That's where that brotherhood comes from. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out with Hurts. And I just hope I hope I mean his MVP odds are 25-1 right now. He think he's like top 12, right? 12. I think he's 12th in MVP. So, and our schedule's weak per se on paper, he's going to have opportunity. He's going to have a shit ton of opportunity. I'll tell you that. Shit ton of opportunity. Hurts QB1, man. I agree. I can't disagree, man. I be hating on Hurts a lot, man. I can't hurt him. Football is almost here. I got to get on the bandwagon, right? I got to be a homer. I got to get on the bandwagon and talk about this Eagle, talk about my Eagles and give support, positive energy. But don't fuck up. Don't fuck up, because I will call that shit out. I am not scared to call that shit out. I don't care. I've been calling out Miles for a while. Well, not for a while, but he gets it. Hey man, I talk about Miles all the time, man. So I'm not the biggest fan, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. So I have 3 football betting strategies for you guys. I think these are the top 3. These are at least my top 3 football betting strategies that I think that everybody should look at and learn how to master. So when we talk about betting strategies and we talk about betting specifically football, we want to look at it kind of like stocks, kind of like the market. Your betting world and your preferable plays is the market. The market can go up and down, just like the stock market, right? It goes up, goes down. You study your keys, you study your trends, you study your markets, you study your marks, you study your resistance lines, you study your support lines. All that conversation that you might have learned when you learned about how to trade and bet stocks, you can take that and translate it literally right into the gambling world. Now, your returns in terms of your investment are a little bit different because they come very fast. Now, you can do future bets. You can do Super Bowl odd bets. You do all these bets. I think Magic Mac just went and put like $2 or $3 million down on the Houston Astros to win the World Series. So you can, hopefully that long-term bet pays off for him. Fade matches Mac, by the way. It never hits. I mean, and then the one hits, it's like the whole world like shuts down because the odds are high. So if he's putting, say he's made $5 million bets over the last 5 years on future bets for football or baseball, World Series or Super Bowl winners. All he has to do is hit one, because usually those odds are like 6-1, 5-1. So when you look at it from a 5-year period, he's actually made a profit, right? He's actually made a profit. $1 million year 1, $1 million year 2, $1 million year 3, loss, $1 million year 4, and then year 5, $1 million, but he hit, and the bitch was 6-1. So he won $6 million. So after that 5-year investment, he's up $1 million. That's how you have to start to look at it. Gambling is not a short-term thing. You have to look at gambling as a long-term thing. It becomes a lottery, or what I call scratchy ticket lottery, when you think about it from a short-term perspective. Because when you only bet here and there, when you only bet like what I call knee-jerk reaction bets, when you found somebody else betting or something like that, when you bet like that and you don't hit, that loss hurts even more. You say, oh, I'm not lucky enough, or I never bet. That's not the case here. What we have to do is get your mind thinking to change a little bit differently, to think about betting from a market investment standpoint versus a kind of like, I'm gonna go and throw $20 in to not $20 to win this scratchy ticket, right? And then every time you do that once every like month or so and you lose all the time, you look back like, damn, I lost like, $100 over 5 weeks or 10 weeks because you weren't consistent enough. Have to give to the game and the game will give back. You got to play to win, but you have to make sure you have to be able to give to the game and take your lumps. Just like right now, the market is down, crypto's down. Think about it right now. Like everything's down. If you have money into the market, you probably lost some money, even in your 401k. You probably lost some money. You feel that, but you know in your head because you've already been told the market's going to go back up. You're not going to lose forever in terms of betting, right? So this is a way of three strategies that I think that you can take away that helps you consistently win over the long term. Speaking about somebody consistently winning over the long term, they call him Diddy. What's up, boy?
What's up? What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. A little
What's
rough
going
one this
on?
early, man. My internet was all messed up. I was choppy. My joint was muted. You wasn't on for the intro, and I was just like,
Yeah, man.
but we switched it up. We got it going. We got a flow going. We got some people on. A lot of people talking about NAKOBE Dean. The poll question: NAKOBE Dean will be the starting linebacker for the Eagles coming up this year. I actually disagree to the poll.
hmm
I think it will still be TJ Edwards day one. Now I think he will come along later on possibly and get more tick, but I'm not sure if his skill set, his talent is going to translate in the NFL. I just don't know if it's going to be instant. And TJ Edwards did his thing last year. Not saying he was great, but he did his thing. He was serviceable as a starting middle linebacker. I think he earned the right to continue to be the linebacker until Dean proves that he's the better of the player and he has the respect of the city, the respect of this coaching staff, the respect of his peers to allow him to be the starting linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. So
Yeah.
we'll kind of go back since you jumped on. Let me know your thoughts on do you think NAKOBE Dean will be the starting middle linebacker for this team?
I mean, I think I agree with everything you say. I'm not going to disagree. I know we disagree a lot sometimes on certain things, but I agree. I think it's just we'll see how camp runs out. You know what I'm saying? I think NAKOBE Dean he's a dog. He's
Bulldog.
he's undersized. People don't
Yeah,
realize that too. He plays bigger than what he is.
yeah.
Um, it's a few
You know what,
injuries
maybe
that he
he's like
comes with.
Fletch.
Say again.
I think he kind of reminds me of London Fletcher.
Yeah, he's very similar to that.
Yeah, he's
So
very
I
similar
mean,
to that.
shit, if we can get a London Fletcher out of Kobe
Oh
Dean,
shit.
then we getting a great player. But I think the Kobe comes with a couple injuries, so he's still fresh off that tricep or pectoral, whatever
Yeah,
that
I think it
is.
was
So
a pack issue. Yeah.
yeah, so I think that's going to possibly slow him down in the summer. So we'll see. But I think he'll be getting some playing time. T.J. Edward did ball for us last year. We got
Yeah,
to
he had
respect
130
that.
tackles.
All right, so we want to make sure that he's getting better. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, I
so
completely agree.
yeah,
I,
I think
I,
they'll find ways to get him on the field because he's just talented.
my thought is I'm just wondering um I'm just wondering like how healthy he is because it's a good thing because camp starts Tuesday if I'm not mistaken,
hmm
and he's not starting on the pup list,
Which is good.
so he's going to be. It sounds like he's going to be good to go.
Yeah.
But so like I said, man, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm
Yep.
I'm I'm optimistic. I'm hoping that he can, but I don't know. I don't know. All right, so let's get to the so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about three top. Oh, look at that new fresh shirt, boy. That's a new boy.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it
the
looked dope
reflection.
though. That is
It did.
it's
That
going
mirror.
through. You got the Iron Man circle joint, right?
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that is dope.
But yeah,
Um, so what I want to talk about
you
right?
actually see the money pot on there.
Yeah, I see it.
It's like
I see it.
shining off the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out, man.
yeah, man.
Um, I do want to talk about some betting strategies, and I
Yeah.
wrote down three football betting strategies I think that will help people win in the long term. And my first betting strategy is I think this goes without saying is bet with your head and not your heart.
hmm
We are all fan like you see in the back. If you was if B Diddy was at his crib, I know at his crib, we got Eagle shit everywhere. I mean, the money pot colors are green and gray for a reason, right? You know, I got my whole basement is lit up with Eagle stuff.
Yeah.
But we have bet against the Eagles multiple times. I don't like
Yeah.
to
And
admit it.
we hear it all the time.
I don't like to admit it, but we have
Mhm.
bet against the Eagles multiple times. Why? Because we're betting with our heads and not our hearts. You have to take the emotion out of the game when you make these bets. This is the number one thing that recreational and new people who are into the game betting. This is the biggest mistake. They bet with their hearts and not their heads. You have to look between the X's and O's.
Yep.
You have to take the fanboy out of it because you want them to win. Because if you want them to win and then they lose, you cursing up. This is where you see the videos with people punching the goddamn TVs.
Mhm.
Because you know these jokers got money on this shit.
Yep.
Ain't no way they put. Well, some of them probably crazy enough and punch TVs just because, but they got a couple hundos on that John, and they not and they lost on their team. So it's like a double hurt. It's like a double hurt.
Yep.
So one thing that I do that you have to tell yourself is do not bet with your heart, bet with your head when you're making these bets. That's my number one betting rule and strategy before we get into kind of more details in the nitty gritty. Do you want to add anything to that, bro?
No, I think you're 100% right. I mean, we've gone against the Eagles. I know you've known, and I've spoken on the show. I've gone against the Eagles many times, and I'm a diehard Eagle fan. But at the end of the day, I look at it this way: I can win on both sides on those situations when I bet on the Eagles. If the Eagles lose, I get some money for at least my heartbreak and my heartache. If the Eagles win, I may lose some money, but at least somewhere on the other side, I'm happy that my Birds won. So it's like, those are one of the things I do. But at the end of the day, it's all about the mind, what the line reads, and how you figure out the game, or just don't touch it at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
just don't touch it at all. And that's kind of where.
Yeah. If you're not sure, it's okay to let it go. There's other bets to be made. Trust.
Or you just don't want to bet on your team. I know people that don't want to bet on their team because they don't want their team to possibly lose or win or lose. So,
Facts.
just one of them things.
There's a winner. I say this all the time. There's a winner every day.
So
It's a winner every day. There's a winner every day. You just got
and that means there's a loser every day.
For sure. For sure. Safe bet on opening day. Lions plus 4.5 at home over the Eagles. I want to. Woo!
Now what I tell you, boy.
You're already, Paul.
What I tell you there. I said that 3 weeks ago when we talked about that the NFC East. I said, hey, don't sleep on the Detroit Lions first game.
Oh man, we getting there already, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. I like that safe bet.
Ooh.
That might be a lock.
Oh man, we don't like those words. Oh, he said surprise if the Lions went outright. When is it in Detroit?
It's in Detroit.
It's in Detroit too?
In Detroit, week 1, game 1.
We already going there, Paul.
We went there already, Paul. Go back to about 3 episodes. We went there already. Me and Nate was talking about it. He was like, "Get out of here."
Yeah, we
The
talked
Lions are the Lions.
like,
I said, "Listen, okay." Coach said he's gonna start biting them kneecaps. He got them boys playing, man.
We will see.
I think we'll be still trying to figure it out, still gelling. We got a lot of new pieces. We will be fine. You know what I mean? But plus 4.5, you're getting over that 3.5. Yeah.
Yeah. And Paul, about your London Fletcher, about Fletch went about 245. Not when he came in the league. Fletch got there afterwards, right? So these boys are going to put on some weight. I do agree. I kind of see the Levante David kind of comparison because their body types are similar. But I was saying Fletch because I'm looking at that kind of shorter, stocky kind of guy. And I kind of Dean kind of fits that mold. But we'll see. We'll see how he goes. And I saw somebody said LT, so I just kind of kept it moving with it. He said LT. I was like, ugh. I don't know about that, brother. LT's a different breed. LT's high off coke, still putting people in body bags out there. So that's a different guy.
I mean, listen, if he turned out to be a LT, I mean, god damn.
Yeah. All right. My second betting strategy that I think is very important to do is kind of goes in line betting with your head. Once you get the fanboy out of it and you start thinking about these plays, I think that following market trends makes sense. And when I say market trends, think of it like stocks. You're going to bet on your Apples. You're going to bet on your Teslas. You're gonna bet on your Coca-Colas. You're gonna bet on your Walmarts in terms of stocks. You're gonna buy those stocks because those teams or those companies are typically going to do well year after year for the long period of time. This is what I mean by follow market trends, follow home record percentages, Thursday night percentages, over percentages in terms of trends of quarterbacks versus this particular team. Like here's a perfect example. Brady, for whatever reason, whether it be in New England, whether it be in Tampa, he just doesn't do well against the Saints in Miami. For whatever reason, he just doesn't. Those are those are kind of little small gems and market trends that you can look at and follow those trends. You have to play with the number. Does Brady win in Miami? Yes. Does Brady win in New Orleans? Yes. I'm not saying he never wins, but if it's like a 60-40 split, you got to stick with the 60% of the bet,
Mhm.
right? Or it's a no bet. But follow those market trends. Just like I said, from a stock market perspective, looking at like something like Apple or Microsoft or Tesla, these companies that have been around for a long time that doing year in and year out, that bring returns year in year out, you have to look at your betting strategies. Look at especially when you're new to the game. Start looking at some of these teams that win against the spread more than often, that win at home more than often, that win against certain quarterbacks more than often, that win in certain weather. Like Green Bay is going to be good in the cold weather, right? Versus a team that plays out, in a dome. Those are the things that I'm looking at in terms of my market trends. Those give me my keys. Those give me my ideas of which way I'm going to head in terms of what I'm going to bet moving forward. You got anything on that, bro?
Yeah, man. Trends, stats, they're all there for a reason. You want to make sure you're paying close attention to that. I think you hit it right on the nail on the head with the Tom Brady situation and going to New Orleans. I just looked at the quick stat. He's 4-5 in New Orleans.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah,
that's
over
a
his career.
trend. When that game
Right.
pops up and you're evaluating the line and you're wondering why that line is so short, is because the trends are made when he goes to New Orleans. Even if New Orleans is 3-10 and the Tampa is 11-3 or
Yeah.
10-3, that line may be Broncos minus 2.5. You're like, what? And that's why, because Brady
Right.
has issues in New Orleans. So you got to look at those things and make sure you put it. So you hit hit the nail on the head, man.
Right. So Paul got another good pick is Vikings at home over the Packers. So here's an interesting thing about the Vikings
Mm.
that I found this out. What was this? Almost 3 years ago, I think. The Vikings are historically good. Well, no, Zimmer's not there no more, right? Zimmer got fired, right?
Mhm.
Right? Is Zimmer still there or no?
I think Zimmer is still there.
Is Zimmer still there?
I'm check right now.
I thought Zimmer was gone. Yeah, double check that for me.
Yep.
On under a Mike Zimmer Minnesota Vikings team, historically, the Vikings are a plus 500 team at home. And it didn't matter. Remember when the Viking stadium caved
Yes,
in?
he's no longer there.
He's no longer there, right?
Mhm.
I thought they let him go. I think he's a defensive coordinator somewhere. I think.
Mike Zimmer's gone. Yep.
So this might not stick right now because it's not a Mike Zimmer led team. But when the stadium, the snow fell through the roof of the stadium,
How
they
about
went
that?
outside and played at University of Minnesota,
Hmm.
and they still went like 5-1 at home in Minnesota. So that told me that for whatever reason, Mike Zimmer has that team ready to play at home in front of their fans. So when you look at this play, another good pick is Vikings at home over the Packers. I'm already looking. I already know in my head because I've been doing this so long that historically the Vikings are good at home. So the next question when you look at that, Paul, is what's the line?
Hmm.
I would think that line is probably -2, maybe 1.5. I would say Green Bay. more than likely. So, um, yeah, that's how I would look at that play. Week one is always a tough week because, well, no,
minus
I
two.
wouldn't say a tough
Uh,
week.
Packers -2.
See, Packers -2, right on. I knew it right there. So it's not the toughest week, but like you said, there's upsets. You boys are already clapping Detroit over Eagles, right? So there's some gems always there, but I think you don't see teams really getting their stride until that week 3, week 4, and then you can start to see the separation of who's going, hopefully who's going to be good until their first half, versus who's going to be, good on maybe on the second half, of the number. So, you know, hey, we're not betting teams or week 1 this early, I don't think. But I do think we'll look at it, but we'll wait for training camp because injuries always happen.
For sure.
It's just part of the game. So I'm
But that Detroit +4.5,
money.
that looks pretty good to me right now. Only that number can only get shorter to me. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, it'll only get shorter. It might be
So
3.5. It might be 3.5 by kickoff.
yeah, so 4.5 right there. I think that's a good place, Paul.
Yeah. All right. And my last betting strategy is for people who want to. It's hard to say this word, guarantee a profit, and it's hard to say that, but there is a strategy where you can guarantee a profit. It's called arbitrage. Is it arbitrage? I forget. So it's a betting strategy to bet both sides,
Mhm.
meaning when you have a prop bet to, and the only way, so this is the way it works. One, you have to have a decent bankroll. So say you have $1,000 in your bankroll, and then two, you have to shop the lines at different sports books. So say you go to 5 different sports books, you put $200 at each sports book. Then third, you have to shop the number. So a perfect one just for right now, because baseball season's going on, you can bet somebody to hit a home run. So let's go with Schwarber to hit a home run today. Is, I don't know what the odds are, but say it's plus 280. And then the other side is that for him not to hit a home run, and that's minus 286 or something like that. Now you would play both sides of the bet. Now you would bet $100 to win the 280, and then 286 to win 100. So it doesn't matter which side you come on, you're going to have a profit of $6, $7. Now you say, like, Nick, that's stupid. Who's betting that, right? But the key is that you're locking in your profit, and if you do that once, and now you have to shop the number. You have to find these bets that make sure that you do a profit. So you'll never watch a game, but you made $6 that day. Now you do that for 10 days. Now you have $60. 30 days in a week. I mean 30 days in a month. Now you have $180. So now you've made $180 to $200 possibly every month, guaranteed. And you just keep multiplying that and multiplying that and multiplying. The key to this is you have to shop the number, you have to have the bankroll to do it, and you have to make sure that you're always ending up on the profit side of it. Doesn't matter which way the line hits. I don't bet like that. I've seen people bet like that just to make sure that they always win, but I don't. I think I have a little bit more expertise in terms of betting for as long as I have, where that throughout a week of betting, I tend, or even looking at the month, I tend to fall on the positive side versus the losing side. I forget how you pronounce it. It begins with the A. It's the type of betting strategy. Um, I forget how you pronounce it. Have you ever seen that before?
I've never seen it. I know what you're talking about, but that's a little It's a lot to do that to make sure you're balancing out the right way. So, like you said, you have the shot blinds.
Yeah,
You got to make sure that even if you lose that bet, that -2, whatever the number is, it's going to kind of flex on that positive side. So, it's a lot of work. But if you have a system in place, some people do. There's a lot of computer programs out here that can kind of do that for you,
yeah, there are.
and that's
Yeah,
usually what happens. People that are like bots, they call them bots. They kind of figure that out. But at the same time, there's lines that try to block that too. So that's why you see these radical, this person may be a -280 favorite, but then the other side of that person to win maybe like plus only 120. And it's like, damn, well, why is that such a big difference? But a lot of that has to do with, kind of controlling those opportunities for people to be getting money on the both sides. So anyway, that's not what I do. That's not my strategy. The best way to kind of for me, if we're talking about winning on both sides, is if you get to a point in a parlay ticket to hedge your bet, especially on that last game or last game or two, or even possibly cashing out early, just to make sure you're coming back with your money or making money. Um, that's a strategy for me. I think me, Nate, other fellows on the show, we'll call each other, especially when we had that last game on the line. It's like, yo, bro, listen, do I let it ride or do I just take this money? And I usually hedge um, because I want that profit. So that's where I go on that strategy. But I do want to add a strategy too, and it's really really important, especially in football season. Obviously, if you're betting basketball is always kind of late a little bit with their injury reports, so it's a little tougher on the basketball injury report. But football, you got to get it at least that morning of, so you know what's going on before that game. So please make sure you guys are looking at the injury report. Um, make sure you know who's going to be available because those all indicate where the line is going to be at in the line movement. So you need to know kind of like sometimes we may jump on the line real early in the week. Sometimes we might wait to the last second of the game to jump on the line. So those are all really important strategies before you clock in and lock in a bet.
right.
Injuries are key in football for sure.
Yeah, yeah. No, they are. I think you hit everything. How the way you bet. Um, I think hedging is a very good strategy as well because you can lock in your profits. The problem is people get greedy,
Yeah.
when it comes to bets. And sometimes you get caught up being greedy in bets. And I think that hedging is a good way to kind of lock in your profits, win the money that you can. Now you kick your you kick yourself in the butt sometimes when it ends up going on the right side and you do hit and you left a lot of money on the table,
Listen,
but you're still up. Like
I've
I
been on
think
the other side of that, Nate. We can talk about what North Carolina this year in the NBA Finals. Was it? They were up halftime. Remember that? Who was up halftime by 14, 15?
oh yeah, I remember that. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
we were having a conversation. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I missed the hedge early in the game than what I usually do. My last game of my ticket, and I said, damn, I missed the hedge. I was doing a couple things around that day. And then they got all I said, man, listen, they go up at 14 at halftime or they go up to 8 or halftime, then I'll hedge in a positive side. So I'll make even more money, right? On whoever I can't remember who they're playing. And then they got up to 14 at halftime. And I'm like, man, they ain't losing this game. I'm gonna let this shit ride, right? Being greedy. I got exactly what I wanted. I got the plus positive on the other side to even make more money if I hedge. It was just, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, blew it right in my face, me being greedy. So listen, I've been on those other sides too many times. So I make sure, yes, exactly. North Carolina, Kansas. Yep. So I've been over there and I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm locking in profits, man. Because shit like that happens.
Yeah, no,
Here
absolutely.
you go. Look, exactly, Don. As
Yeah.
shit happens, bro.
What's up, Don Don? And it's called auto. I can't even say it. I got
Arbitrage.
to say it again.
Is it arbitrage?
Uh,
But it's
auto.
it's a, it's a difficult word to
Yeah,
say.
as you got it. You take lead on that. I can't fucking talk. It be those words, man. I just can't talk, and I'm on the mic. I gotta go to pronunciation, John. But no, no, yeah, like you said, that's the type of betting strategy. But going back to what you said, getting greedy, not thinking that. it can't. I remember those conversations because you're like,
Yeah,
man, I'm done with this shit. I'm
unbelievable.
I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm not betting this shit no more.
Arbitrage.
Arbitrage. Yeah,
ARBITRAGE.
arbitrage. That's how you say it. Yeah,
Arbitrage.
yeah. I guess I had to hear it to say it.
Yeah.
Arbitrage.
Well, I mean that in LaSalle education too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. You know how it is. um, but yeah. So, agree with everything. My man, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you breaking it down for me, baby.
Arbitrage.
I
Thank
like
you,
it.
brother.
Break it down for me. Appreciate your infamous page. But
I
yeah,
like
that,
the
that's
ending,
the
but y'all got it.
yeah, y'all got it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But that is the betting strategy. Now, warn you, if you do take that betting strategy, you could get yourself in trouble in terms of the sports books because they're not going to allow you to keep
Yeah,
doing that
exactly.
every time. So just as a
And they will
caveat
block your ass.
warning,
They will block your ass.
just just for warning, be careful with that. Okay. It is a betting strategy. If you're new to the game and you want to just get profits, that's why I talked about it. That I know a lot of early bettors trying to figure out because the point of the game, right? It's not me versus you. It's not me versus your favorite handicapper or us versus your favorite handicapper or better or anything like that. We want you to win with us. We want you to win. Like we do this because we like giving back money. Hey, we found a niche that we're good at and we like giving back to the folks that watch us and follow us and support us and all that good stuff and give you what you are doing right now. This morning on a Sunday morning for almost an hour, we're talking about betting, we're talking about football. You're giving us our time. So what can we do to give you back? We give you bets, we give you plays, we give you things that we feel that will help you in your journey into becoming more successful better. So it's not me versus you or me versus anybody. I'm all about group investing and things like that. But it is us versus the sports books. It is us versus the bookman. It is us versus Vegas at the end of the day. Because those are the guys, when we put our money up, they're trying to take the money that we put up. We don't want that. We want our money back plus some, plus interest, plus return. So just making sure that I clear that air. I'm not trying to be better than anybody, but you could put my numbers against other people and I more likely will come out on the other side of that. But it's not a contest in terms of me trying to be better than everybody else. I want to talk to people who win because if you win in money, well, show me how you win in that money. Let me know. Let me see if I can put it into my strategies and how I go about it and make it my own. So I can go get some money and then I can share with the next person and it just kind of trickle down the line. That's how we work here. Just like now, if you're still on the show, you didn't hit that like button, that's cool. But share.
No,
Tell
it
a
ain't
friend to
cool.
tell
Hit
a
that
other
hit
fucking
that
friend.
goddamn like button. What you mean? That ain't
Oh,
cool.
I mean, you can hit the like button too if you
No,
still
hit
out there.
no, hit the like button.
Oh, there you go. There you
God
go.
damn it.
It costs you nothing,
It
right? It
costs
costs
you
you
nothing.
nothing.
It's a scroll on the mouse and hit an enter button. Hit
But
the like button.
tell a friend to tell a friend. I say
Yeah.
it all the time. Tell a friend and tell a motherfucking tell them about us because there's nobody who explains it, who shows you, and does it like Money Pop Podcast, the betting show.
I
Nobody
can't
does it
wait
like
for the
we do.
football season. Football season around the corner, baby. Here we go. We almost here.
That's how I started the show. It's football weather outside right now, B. You know what I mean? Hotter than a bitch, but
I
that's
realize
football weather.
I realize I'm getting old.
That's
I realize I'm getting old. Like, damn, I used to play in this stuff. This used to be
yeah,
football weather.
right. Like
Mm-mm,
it's nothing.
I'm like, man, shoot. Let me get out of here. Yeah.
I hear that. All right, so that's our show for today. We just keep the information coming. We keep the bets coming. Football's coming. I hope today a little bit different because we usually give out bets, but I hope today was a nice little switch. Not only did we talk about Eagles and Eagles training camp and NAKOBE Dean, but we talked about betting strategies that you guys could use. If you want to look at other shows, go ahead and go to Money Pot YouTube or A2D Radio YouTube. We did an AFC breakdown of what bets we like. We put in those bets for our future bets, and then about a week or two before that, we went and did the NFC as well, and we have some bets on the NFC. So make sure you guys go check out those two videos if you're looking for some betting plays that we've already put out there. All free stuff. We trying to give out free money, trying to give back to the folks that support us, man. So for Moss money,
Hold on, I got a 3-team parlay.
oh, whoa, whoa.
Just to put it out there.
Yeah, just put it out there. Go ahead, then, dog. Go ahead, big fella.
So only thing about it is that there are away teams, but away team favorites. But I
Okay.
like it though,
So,
right?
let me know. Let me
I
know what we
like it.
got.
So we're gonna go Miami parlay.
Let me pull it up. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
let's put it up real quick. Just I mean, leave him with a little bit. You
All
can
right.
break. I like all these games solo too. So
Hold on. Let me pull up. We're gonna go with FanDuel today to do the parlay. So let me
Nate drop off. I know he's gonna pull up. There it is. Here we go.
yep. Got kicked out real quick. All right, so let me bring up FanDuel. And let's go. All right. So let's go to baseball.
Hmm.
All right, who we got today?
We're gonna
Fuck.
go. We're gonna go Miami at Pittsburgh. We're gonna take
Miami.
Miami money line.
Okay.
Yep, we got Sandy Alcantara out there on the mound.
That's an ace on the mound.
Ace on the mound. Yep. Mitch Keller been doing well. Pittsburgh obviously they've been doing well. Well, kind of winning some games. But I like that matchup there with Alcantara on the line. I mean on the
Yeah,
mound. I like Cortez and the Yankees over Baltimore. I know Baltimore been having that little hot streak.
they're still hot.
And they
Not for
still
nothing.
are hot. So I do like this. I think Cortez should be able to lock that
Oh,
down
my
here.
bad. You know what? That's the run line. My fault.
Yeah,
So
no run line.
yeah, no
Yeah,
run line. Okay.
just the money line. So I like the Yankees
Okay.
to win here. All right.
Right.
And then my last one, or we can add another one. St. Louis Cardinals. You got Miles McCullough up on the mound too. And if you want to put a bonus one in here, we can kind of put a hedge at night. It's a little tricky though,
Okay. Who you like?
but I'm thinking Houston right here away at Seattle. But
Valdez.
let's see where we at. Where we at right now? +6. +6 may might be too good with the Yankees. So the Miami Yankees and I said St. Louis.
You said Miami, Yankees, St. Louis, and
St.
I put
Louis.
Houston there.
Take Houston out.
3-1.
+3. Yeah, let's go there. Let's go 3-1. Let's not get too greedy.
Now, also, if y'all still with us and still watching this, when you make these bets, when you see this action button, the action means about the pitcher you want to back. So, meaning when I say that, the meaning that this pitcher, for this bet to be live, this pitcher has to start. So in baseball, sometimes when pitchers are warming up or they feel tightness, like you hear weird shit like it, they have a tight lat. But for baseball perspective, that's a big deal as they throw their whole body into their pitching. So if you do both pitchers, if one of these pitchers are a late scratch, this bet is now void and off. If you leave it on action, it doesn't matter what pitcher starts, you're going with this team. So just a FYI, I know some people don't understand what that action means. Just a FYI on this. I have no problem with any of these picks. I think at first I thought the Marlins one was interesting because but this was the run line. The Phillies let me down yesterday.
Man, how about that? What's going on?
Like the Phillies let me down yesterday. I thought they would have won that game. Toronto under was an easy call, I thought, yesterday, and team total under just because they exploded for 28 runs.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think we were going to do the next day? I got to look more into it. One thing that I always look at from a baseball perspective is fading the team that's going for a sweep. So like today would be a big. I think today would be a Phillies back again, even though I lost on them yesterday. They're not in a good space right now. Coming out losing to the Cubs at home, about to get swept at home. But Phillies do Philly shit like that. But I would be back in the Phillies today. I know Smiley's on the mound too. He's a decent pitcher. I like the Marlins pick. Looking at the Red Sox and the Red Sox have been railing too. They've lost a lot. but they're going for a sweep here too. So I w- I would be that's tough to back the Red Sox, especially
Yeah,
Bello.
I actually like Toronto today. Actually, with Bello on the mound.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's, I kind of like that over. I think that over goes up again.
that's high though. That thing's like 11 runs, ain't it?
Yeah, it's 11 runs,
Mm,
and
you think they in Colorado somewhere?
Stripling's a decent
Yeah,
pitcher.
I like Toronto. I like the Toronto money line. I actually might lay the juice there.
So
Maybe the run line.
yeah, even the run line probably looks good. Yeah, because it's minus 110. Look at that.
Hmm.
Yeah, run line looks pretty decent.
Yep.
Boston's just been falling off. I would. It's a lot right here. Minus 220. Anderson's an ace for them. So and they're home too. Atlanta's a decent home team. You already talked about the Cardinals. Yeah, I think all your picks are good. I don't see anything that sticks out to me as something that I would be kind of looking at. Maybe the Mets. I think I think they lost yesterday, right?
Hmm. Yeah, the Mets, but that's a tough one. Mets in San Diego.
I think it's a tough one, but it's New York at home. They have the Subway, well, not the Subway Series, but they got the Yankees coming up next, and I think that this is they're this the Padres are going for a sweep.
I mean, Joe Musgrave is on the mound. You know what I mean? You're talking about the ace, so
Yeah, I know, I know.
that's a tough.
Yeah, yeah.
You
We got
know,
to get into our World Series bet soon too. That we like in the World Series. Um, it's tough for me right now. I was just telling about this earlier. I saw fucking Mattress Mac just put 2 million on the Astros.
oh boy, here we go.
I told I was like, I fade him every time. I fade his ass every time. He'll hit one sooner or later, but I fade his ass every time. And right now it's Yankees, Dodgers, and Houston and the Mets.
I think it's gonna be somebody new this year again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Padres.
man, they so up and down.
Yeah, I know. See, to me, it's all about pitching.
The Mets can get hot. Mets get hot with that pitching,
When
the
DeGrom comes
bats.
back,
Yeah, man, they can be dangerous. So
yeah,
that might be some good money there on the Mets. Unfortunately, they're in the Phillies division.
yeah, I know.
Where's the Phillies at? Plus 4,000. Yeah,
40-1. They're not gonna make. They have no pitching. They thought they could bat themselves out of it, but Castellanos is not. He got to get out of he got to get out of Buddy House, man. He got to get out of
yeah,
Ben Simmons' crib,
yeah,
man. You
yeah,
let me start
man.
the petition to get his ass out. Did you know that?
Did you sign it?
No, I did not sign it.
So,
I did not sign it.
well, that's what we got, man. That's what I got today.
Yeah, man. I don't worry, Don. I slowed it down. I slowed it down. My bad. I didn't know. He didn't let me know.
I
He
know,
didn't,
right?
yeah, he
I
didn't.
get that
He
parlay.
didn't let me know, man.
You like that, Don? That's a good parlay too.
Yeah, he didn't let me know about the. He didn't let me know he wanted to do that. But yeah, this is a decent parlay. I like this one for y'all. So like I said, 3-1, real quick. Miami Marlins, New York Yankees, and the St. Louis Cardinals, all money line bets plus 3-1. Don't get don't get
Crazy.
funky.
Yeah,
You know
don't
what I
get
mean?
crazy.
Put 25 on it, 25 to $175. That is a good day, man. And as we get out of here, I just want to share this one thing about betting and trying not to get greedy with your bets. We all like you're here because you like to gamble, and we all like to gamble. And the one thing about going into gambling, it's very hard, and the casino makes it hard, just like sports betting, it's very hard to leave the table when you're up. And we know this because we play poker as well. But the quota of the day should be to double up. Period. You go in there with 200, and in 10 minutes, if you win and double up and you have $400 in your pocket, get the fuck out of Dodge. That's how you stay up. Go. I
See,
know it sucks because you were really excited about being in the
oh
casino and
man,
thinking that it's going to be a little bit of a grind and you're going to go on this run. But if you double your money, I'm banging the table. I don't want to bang the table too hard because I don't want to shake off my camera and all that shit. You double up in 10 minutes, get the fuck out of Dodge.
Damn,
Go.
10 minutes though. 10 minutes. I might have to throw that shit on black or something. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take my winnings and throw it again and restart it. Just start again.
And take the next 2 hours trying to win that shit back.
I know. Well, that's the problem. That's exactly what you're saying.
Yo, that is the problem. And they do a great job of keeping you in the casino.
Right.
And you sit around and you kind of linger a little bit. You know what I mean? We've all done it at the poker table, the slots, everything. You kind of linger. Like, oh, maybe I can run it. Maybe this is one of those days that I'm about to run. But trust me when I tell you, if you ever go to the casino and you double up, whether it take you an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or fucking 10 minutes, soon as you double up, go. Get out. Don't look back until the next day. Enjoy that winnings. Don't be a degenerate like B Diddy over
Listen,
here.
man, y'all have some fun, man. Enjoy your time out there, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Unless this is your job, or this is what you do is you gamble, you got a quota to meet, then boom. If you got to having a good time, man, go ahead, man. Spend that money, man. Spend that money.
Yeah. Man, I ain't dipped, bro. I ain't dipped, man. I came right back, man. I ain't gonna leave y'all. I ain't gonna
definitely dipped. I was like, okay.
Right now, I tried to get off the joint 15 minutes ago, and I don't want to go nowhere, man. Having too much fun.
Well, y'all stay cool out here, man. It's hot. People in the Northeast, and matter of fact, all over the place. So just stay cool, man. It's supposed to be the hottest day in 10 years out here. So
yeah, drink some water, man. Make sure y'all stay, like I said, man, kind of cool out of the sun. If you got a pool, if you're blessed enough to have a pool or have access to a pool, take the kids, have a good time. For Money Pop Podcast, it's Moss Money, B Diddy. Enjoy your gambling day. Let's win some money, y'all. Have a good one.
Let's go! This ain't the Rock Tyson boss, this game, he stinks!
Oh shit!